Everybody, welcome in. In this video, I have found a part. It's not in the usual book that I've been going through. This one is in the Autodesk Inventor 2016 Essential Plus SDC Publications book. And this one is another sheet metal part. So this one is a little bit more complicated than the one that I did previously. And it's because this little slot thing that kind of curves up along the bend here, or the flange. So it took me kind of a while to figure out how in the world. So what in the world? There's different ways you can do that, I guess. But let me kind of go through the steps to create this part, and then I'll show you what I did to create that little cut bend up thingy-majiggy. So I'm going to go up to File. I'm going to go to New. I'm going to use my English template. I'm going to click on the sheet metal IPT. I'm going to go to Create. I'm going to set my sheet metal defaults. So the book is, and I'll try to post an image of this, what I'm looking at, so y'all can kind of see what I'm doing here. So it says for the material is going to be, let me go back here. I just clicked on a little pencil tip here. And then for material, I'm going to select, I know it's probably out of screen, I'm going to select the steel, comma mild. And then for the thickness, I'm going to pick, or I'm not going to pick, I'm going to type in 0.0478. Material thickness. And then for the corner, to bend intersection, it says we're going to, instead of trim to bend, we're going to click on tear. Let me go back and make sure I get all these other ones. I think that these other ones are just kind of leave as they are. I'm going to go save and close, and then leave the K factor, what it is, 0.440. I'm going to click on save and close. And then I'm just going to hit the X here to get out of this. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my 2D sketch on the X and Z plane here. I'm going to rotate this back 90 degrees. And then I want to create a polygon. It's a 6-sided polygon. The center is, I'm going to select this green dot and kind of drag it. I want the two side lines to be vertical, so I'm just going to kind of create it somewhere like that. I'm going to use my vertical constraint. Let me right click, hit OK. I'm using my vertical constraint on the side here and straighten that up. And then I'm going to dimension from one side to the other. That tells me it needs to be 3. And then I'm going to finish my sketch, or should I wait? Before I do that, let me create my circle here in the middle. There's a circle here. I'll just go ahead and knock that out right now. So this has a diameter of 0.750. And then press enter. Now I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to click on face and then select this shape here and let it do what it's going to do. I'm just going to let it offset up. That's cool. I'm going to apply. So there's our kind of our bottom part of our part here. So then what I want to do is I'm going to go up to the flange. And let's see, I want to I'm looking at this part. I want it to go from I'm going to click on the loop select method. I'm going to click on this bottom kind of loop here, not the top. So the bottom one all the way around. And I want to flip it so that this flips or bends straight up like so. For the height of those kind of walls around it is going to be 0.750. And then let's see, do I need to change any of these other ones? This is going to be from the inside or the outside. The outside. I'm going to leave it like it is. Hit apply. Hit the exterior. Let me measure this and make sure that this is still what I want it to be. So I'm going to go up to inspect, measure. I'm going to select the outside face of this side, and then the outside face of that. There should be 3. Yeah, it's still 3. Okay. And then I want to make sure that the height of this, so I'll click on this top face, click on the bottom face, and that should be 0.75, which it is. Okay, so we're good. And then let's see, where can we go from here? So on 2 of the opposite sides, it's gonna have a tab that bends back the other way. So I'm gonna go up to flange. I'm going to select, let's see, what do I want to do? I want to click on this inside line here on one of them, which is this one. I want to flip it back the other direction. And for the distance, that's going to be 0.5. And then I'm going to click on this double arrow here to expand this dialog box. Then for width extents type, I'm going to do width here. And that's going to be not 0.5, but 0.750. Yeah, that's what I want. Then I'm going to hit apply. Let's see, I could do the same thing over here. Let's click on this one. Oh, I want to click on the opposite. So I'm going to click on this line here, flip it back. All this other stuff should be set to where I want it. So I'm going to click on apply. I could make one and then mirror it over or circular pattern it over, but I'm just going to do it this way. I wanted to, let's see, what am I looking for? Oh, here, no, I saw it earlier. So I'll do the corner round on these edges here. So that has a radius on these corners of 0.125. 0.125. I'm going to select this corner, this corner, this corner, that corner. Hit apply. All right, so then I'm going to add some holes in this thing. So I'm going to go to the, where am I looking at? Oh, the hole right here, modify hole right here. And then I want this to be, that's going to be 0.125. It's going to go all the way through. It's going to be simple hole with none for the seat. I'm just going to select, I'm going to select a spot on top here in this corner here. And then I'm going to select this circle edge. I'm going to do the same thing here. Just select another one, select the circle edge, select over here, select the circle edge, select this one, the circle edge. So clicking on the circle edge, that makes those concentric for the circle and the round there. So then I'm going to hit OK. And so there's those flanges. Now here's where the tricky part comes in. And my first thought was, okay, I'm just going to create a flat pattern, right? Flatten it out. I'll create those slots. And then when I fold it back, those slots are they'll wrap around the sides, right? That's not going to work. So what I found out you could do is if I go up to where you see modify and click the unfold here, and then it says you want to pick a stationary reference. So I'm going to pick this inside top face as my stationary reference. And then for bends, I'm going to select add all bends. Select that, and then I'm going to hit apply. So now I can close out of this. I can add those slots on here as it's flat. It makes it easier. So I'm going to start a 2D sketch. Just pick any one of these kind of top flat pieces here. I probably didn't want to do it at that angle, but anyway, that's going to be a challenge now. So I want to add a slot on here. I'm going to go to polygon, slot, center to center. I'm just going to click somewhere here and drag it over. I'm just going to make it crooked. I know it's crooked. I'm going to drag it out. So then, if you happen to do it all crazy like I did, I'm going to hit right click, hit OK. I'm going to make this line parallel with this edge. So if I click here, I can click this edge, click this edge. It straightens it all nice and neat for me. And now I can dimension this. So this is going to have a radius of 0.125. And then I'm going to dimension from the center of this line to the center of this line. And I want to right click and make that aligned so that it's straight there. I know I did this the hard way, but it's a good practice. So that has a distance of 1. And then from this edge here, actually, to the center here. Again, that one's already aligned for me, so that made it easier. This is going to be 0.375. 0.375. Hit the check there. And then I can do the same thing on this other side. So yeah, let's just do this the hard way. I'm going to go to slot, center to center. I'm just going to create a random slot. Drag it out. I want to make it parallel, or I could make it align with that. Let's make it parallel like we did the other one. Right click, hit OK. I'm going to go to parallel. So this edge and this line lines those up. I also need to center that over there. I'll do that. So I want to go to dimension here. This is going to be equal here and here. It's going to over constrain it. It's all right. No. Oh, I know why. I don't need that dimension. Now I can make this equal this and this there. And then I can dimension from, let's say, here to the center. That's 0.375. I'm totally doing this the hard way, but oh well, we'll get it done. So then from here to here, I want to right click and go to aligned. So that's going to be 1. And then I want this to make sure this is centered in the middle of this part here. All right, so what I'll do is I'm just going to make a construction line here. I totally did this the most boneheaded way, but I'm going to go from the middle of this to the middle of that. Right, I'm going to right click, hit OK. Then I want to dimension the center here of this slot to that construction line. Just going to make that 0. And then do the same thing. So just dimension these two. That's going to be 0. I can actually keep that construction line there. Then what I want to do is I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to cut these. So I'm going to cut this one, and this one. What you want to do is you make sure that you select where it says cut across bend, and then hit OK. And so now I knew it would cut that, but the trick is getting it to, when it folds up, is it gonna kind of keep that slot there. So when you cut across the bend, hopefully that's going to work out for us. So I'm going to go back to where you see refold option here. I'm going to refold it. Again, it's going to ask me for my stationary reference. So I'm going to click my stationary reference. It's going to be this big inside plane here. And then I want to click on, again, add all bends. And then hit apply. And that kind of folds it back for us nice and neat. So yeah, I did that the hard way, those slots in that kind of angled direction, but we got through there. So anyway, that's kind of how you do that. That's kind of a tricky part, but it's also, you know, it's kind of fun. So there is that. It's skill exercise 8-1. So yeah, there you go. All right, peace.